Hello everybody, Camelia here. Welcome back to a new Knip Mode Magazine flip through. Today we have issue June 2024. So of course you'll get all kind of summer garments. I have the magazine, the paper magazine here next to me, but I was thinking again, having the digital flip through option is a little bit easier for you to see and I don't know, much clearer. So let's take a look. I really like the cover, very happy and summery, and the dress, the cover dress is also really beautiful. I'm also going to show you the dress that I am making from this issue. Okay, let's go on. We can see here on the left that they came with men patterns, sewing patterns magazine, and I don't have it yet. I did see it in the super in the store, and I think I'm not sure how many of the patterns are new, but I know that I have another men issue, special issue from them from years back, and I know that some of those patterns are in this one too, but there are also some of them that I don't have. But we will take a look in a later video also at the patterns in that magazine. Here you can see a little overview of the patterns. We can see that we get this month. Let's see, where is my drawing tool? We can see that we get some shirring, some wrap dresses, and again some back details. Well, this is not some back detail, but here you can see some back details. And I must say that in this issue there are also some a little bit questionable garments for me, that I really don't see them very flattering. And we also get this month, well, the exception of this one, this is for women, we get some children's patterns too, some really nice ones actually. All right, so let's start. We have here the first pattern is a raglan type of dress. You can see here the raglan seams. I think both of these are really cool. I really like the left one with the fuchsia orangey fabric. I think it's a really pretty dress. Raglan sleeves are not really working for me. I'm not a big fan of raglan sleeves. I do have some really some nice garments that I really love with raglan sleeves, but it's not something that I will easily choose. Um, the only thing that I can see here, and I wonder, I think this should be something that you have to consider if making this dress. As you can see in the technical drawing, the zipper is stopping here a little bit above the waist, while here on this picture on the left, actually, but I think it has to do more with the size of the model, is almost all the way into the waist. So I think that is something that could be easily adjustable. The left one is made in, let's see, I don't know what it is a cotton, 100% cotton, and the right one actually also cotton. They are both made in cotton. I think it could work in all kind of fabrics actually. Next, on the left side we have a pair of pants and a top. Although the pants here, they do look like they have a kind of low waist, you can see here, but this is something that actually I learned not to trust always, because these models are a little bit longer. I mean, this model is, how long is she? She's 178, and the patterns are drafted for 172. So it can be that actually the waist is much higher. So it's something that the waist line, you know. So it's something that I always check on myself. Um, Pretty pair of pants. These ones are made in a cotton. Let's see. I think the pants are made in a cotton and the top in a cotton poplin. The pants are made in a cotton. There are some really nice details. I like the pockets. There is a pocket in the back here, and I highly recommend to make it a faux pocket. I'm not sure if it's a real pocket, but probably not. There are some darts, and the top of the pattern is finished with facing, and of course you have a fly front zipper here in the front. The top part is actually the top part of a dress, this one here. You see the dress in a minute, and this is the one that I'm going to make. Actually, I'm going to make, I consider making. I have the pattern already ready to go, but I'm not sure if I should make it only as a top of a dress. I think I'm going to make it as a dress in a viscose linen from Minerva. And as you can see here, the top, it has some it has 3 pleats in the front, and then it's actually the inside. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. The inside panel is getting tied here with on the inside with some ties, and then the left, let's see, is right over left. The right panel is getting, you are sewing a D-ring that on a piece of fabric that is going into the waist, and then this is how the front is getting closed. You can see it a little bit better here. In this case, in the top, they added elastic at the back of it. You can see there is elastic here. But then in the dress, actually the bodice is gathered, and also the back skirt is also gathered into a flat waistband. I consider making the dress as the top with elastic in the back because I just like it and I think it's more comfortable. But that is totally a possibility, you know, that you actually put elastic, make a channel and put elastic in the back of the dress too. We'll talk about the dress in a minute. Let's see if I can get back into my page. The next one, we have this blouson type here on the right. This one here. Yeah, this is casual, but it's not very summery, and well, maybe for a cool summer or something like that. It's a nice garment, but I don't really see it going with the rest of the theme. But I think it has some really nice details. Next we have the pants that she's wearing, and they are a little bit different than the ones on the left. Here you have a waistband with belt loops and all the standard details. I'm not really sure how the shape of the pant is. As you can see here, they are going a little bit inwards, although here they do look a little bit more straight, so I'm not sure which one is I suppose more the maybe is how she's standing, I'm not sure. All right, let's go back to the main page. I hope I can go back. Oops. Let's see. Then we have again a one shoulder garment. I am not sure why they keep this trend. I mean, in the last 3-4 editions we get every time on one shoulder, at least one shoulder pattern. Well, this one is really adjustable because if you cut this part, the right part, if you cut it on the fold, then you can get here also a tie, and then you have you know, I think it will be more easy to wear with a bra. And of course I think the neckline could be a little bit adjusted then. These ones are made in jersey. This one is made in a ponte knit, and this one here is actually a viscose polyelastane. So you'll need to have knit fabric, but again I think it's really easy to adjust, to just cut the right side on the fold, and then you have your double pattern, you know, that you have 2 ties on your shoulders. Next we have here these 2 garments, the dress on the right, on the left of the screen, and the t-shirt, the top, they are a little bit questionable for me. If we are looking at the dress on the left side, is actually the upper part is a camisole style. I think that's really a valuable pattern. You know, if you don't have a camisole, this is actually great because you can use that. You can make it a little bit longer and just make your standard camisole. It's finished with bands that they are also going into the shoulder straps. But then the lower part, which is the really gathered skirt, and I'm just going to, let's see, this is dress number 5. I think is also requiring a lot of fabric, that skirt. Let's see. Well, I think it's really a lot. They use a stretch gabardine for this. So although I was thinking that it's probably a woven fabric, they used actually, let's see what they say there. They also say that a stretch viscose could work also. There is a zipper, of course, in this dress being made for woven. But for this whole dress, you have, for the smallest size, you have 4 meters of fabric. I think there is so much fabric in that skirt. I think it's really not necessary. And then adding also the ties, I think is just overwhelming. It's just a lot of fabric. I'm not a big fan of that dress. Next we take a look at the top number 18. This top here, which is actually your basic t-shirt, I should say. But they did something with the back. As you can see here, they made the back a little bit shorter, and from the side seams you get 2 ties tying in the back. And this one is made, of course, this one is made in a French terry, and I think that's why it's just, those ties are just looking just a little bit too much. I'm really not a big fan of this garment. No, I think it would be even more okay to make it as a t-shirt, you know, just make that back a little bit longer, as long as the front, and you have your classic standard t-shirt, maybe adjust the neckline, make it a little bit more scooped or in a V, and there you have your standard t-shirt. I know, boring, but you know, sometimes you don't have to add so much, or in this case, take away and put it back in the form of a tie. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the t-shirt. The pants, we have the pants from earlier that they were made in a white cotton. They are made here in, let's see, what is that? I think it's a viscose. And as you can see, there is immediately a lot of there is a lot of drape here in the pants, and I think that it's a nice look. Okay, let's go further. And then we have another not bra friendly top, but you know, I think with I don't know, you should think your options in this case, but I think this one is nice. It has let's see, it's a really nice top for the summer, of course, this one here, and it's definitely very easy to make. Then we have the shorts, which are definitely the shorter version of the pants from earlier. Really kind of like the length in this one here, and this one is made in a summer tweed, in a light tweed. On the right side of the screen, we have the same t-shirt from earlier. I don't know what to say about it. You know, the t-shirt. It's your basic t-shirt. Basic t-shirt with a half back and some ties. We have the pants again, the ones that are finished with the facing. I really like them in this navy color. And I think they used, let's see, for the top, for the white top, they used ponte knit, the white top on the right. And for the pants, they use a stretch cotton, which I think is beautiful. I really like this navy color. And also the length of the pant is really beautiful. Okay, let's see. We are getting a little bit in the gathered garments. I had to take a sip of my coffee. We have on the left side, we have a top. It's made, let's see, what is this? This is a jersey, and I suppose should be maybe a viscose jersey, something like that. You know, your summer top. There is some ruching happening on the sides. They are putting everything together, and some ties. I think this is really easy to make. And then they went a little bit further with with fabric buying, and they made this the dress on the right. Again, I don't think it's for everybody. Let's see, this is dress number 21. I think the top is really nice for the summer. That's a really pretty top. Again, not my first choice for that balloon type of dress, but you know, you have it, you can make it. And let's see, also in this case the dress is using quite a bit of fabric. I think for that skirt only is which one is model A. The skirt is going to use about a little bit more than 3 meters of fabric, and I'm only thinking all that fabric on your body is really a lot. Okay, let's go fast forward. Here we have on the right side, we have a top with some really interesting details, like the ties here on the shoulders. You can see them here. And then in the back, I think we get in a moment a picture, detailed picture from the back. You have, I don't know if it's elastic, but I do see that it's gathered here onto the sides. We have the skirt. I don't have a lot to say about the skirt. Again, I think it's just a little bit too much volume. Even if you have, if you have a little bit of a belly, like I do exactly there in the middle, and you think, well, those gathers are going to cover everything, then you put that big fabric tie in front of you, and then it's going to look really bad. So maybe make the skirt without the ties, you know. This top is really beautiful together with the skirt, and I think we will see the combination later also in dresses. I think I just did something. Let's see. Come back to me. Here it is. So the top is really nice. They used for the top a viscose, and I can already feel it really light and nice. The top on the left. Very beautiful. I was thinking that it's maybe cut on the bias, but it's actually not. Although I think it could be cut on the bias, then it will sit even that draping in the waterfall neckline will fall even nicer. But on the magazine, it's just cut on the straight of grain. It's just beautiful, that top. There are some darts there in the back, as you can see. Very, very nice. Oh, that's really great actually for the summer. And then we have the skirt. Quite easy to make the skirt. This one is made in, let's see, must be batiste, a very thin cotton. But because you have all those layers, I think that also brings a little bit more, that is not transparent or something like that. And then you can see on the right, and I really don't, I'm going to restrain myself from enlarging this. You can see here the back detail of the top from above. And as you can see here, the strip of fabric, they gathered a little bit here. This is really nice. It's a very nice top. These two, they are really nice. And the top here on the right, this one here, this one is made in a cotton. Underneath we have that halter neck top made also in a cotton, although I think the best fabric for that I think the best one is a viscose, something with a little bit of drape. And then we have the pants, and I understand that they used here the same fabric to give a little bit how should I say, the look of a jumpsuit, and I think that's smart. I'm not a big fan of the length of these pants on her. On the other girl, they're looking a little bit better. I think they could go just a little bit shorter. Then we have some dresses here. You can see on the right the dress from the cover. And on the left, we see a combination actually. Here you have the top with a really nice back, that is gathered on the sides. And here you have actually, let's see, where is my pen? And here is actually the halter top with that handkerchief style skirt from earlier, which I think they are working really nicely together, made as a dress. And there is some wide elastic at the waist, very, very nice. And then we have the covered dress on the right, and I think we don't get it. You can see it here, how it falls. There is a zipper on the side, and here you can see a little bit of more details of the technical drawing of the patterns from earlier. Here you can see the dress with a nice back. Here is the combination of the skirt, the handkerchief skirt, with the halter top. But here you don't have I think in the other ones we had a bow, right? On the neckline, let's take a look. You can see here there is a pussy bow here on the right. Let's see. Here the neck finishing is with a bow, while here is just, let's see, here we have just a standard neckline which is getting closed at the back with two little buttons. Something else that I don't understand, as you can see here on the left, the waistline is a flat waistline, although if we are watching a little bit here, and I'm not going to enlarge this because I'm afraid it's going to mess up again, here it does look like it has a little bit of elastic actually in it. And this is dress number 9, and I'm just going to take a look to see if indeed there is elastic there. And there is some elastic cord, they call it, and I'm not sure where that one is coming, but the waistband in this dress here definitely looks like it's on elastic. Shall I try to enlarge this a little bit? You see what I'm doing now? Oh, now I see it. There is no elastic. This is just, I think this is the waistband here, as you can see, and I think the top is just gathered. But because of the design of the fabric, it looks a little bit like there is an elastic waistband. All right, let's see. Then we have on the right side, we have a polo shirt. I think this one is a very useful top or pattern to have. You can make this one also to make it longer, make it as a dress. And definitely a polo shirt is always nice to have in your stash. We can see here all the patterns, but I'm just going to go further to see the rest of the models, and then we are going to take a look at the technical drawing. Let's see. Here on the right, you can see that they are continuing that pattern with options. You know, every month they bring a pattern with with a lot of options. Here we have a dress on the left, and this is actually the top part of the brown top from earlier that I said that I'm going to make as a dress, and this is what I'm going to work on this for this month. And I was saying that here in the back of the dress, I think I'm going to make the same treatment as by the top. I'm not going to gather the bodice or the skirt. I'm just going to I'm going to make another waistband that is as long as the top and the skirt, and then I'm going to feed elastic through it, and I'm going to make it on my size. And on the front, I'm just going to use their treatment, you know, with the D-rings and stuff like that. This one has has a really nice little collar with a stand. I'm really excited to make it actually. And this one has also no sleeves. On the right, you can see it is made in a linen or a linen viscose, I think. Let's see, is it linen? I think it's linen or something like that. Looks like linen, and it's looking really beautiful. I think it's really nice in a color, in a solid color like this. Very nice. Then we have a little bit variation of the same, and actually on the PDF pattern there are all these dresses are included. I must say, although these two dresses left and right, they are made with the same pattern, I must say that this fabric I find that works much better than this one. And although the color on the right is really beautiful, the problem is that I think the fabric, it has a little bit more not structure because it's a crepe, but it doesn't, I mean, I'm going to try to do it again to enlarge this. Let's see. And you can see them comparing here the waistline. There is something happening here. This is really not a nice look. And you can see here on the left, I'm sorry, that the gathers here are looking much nicer. And it's definitely a fabric problem. You can see also that the little gathered trim here, this little flounce is looking definitely much bulkier, or I don't know, not as nice as this one here on the left. I think the fabric type was not the best choice for the pink one, but the dress I think is really beautiful. Could work. I think I find that flounce at the bottom a little bit too skinny. I don't know. You can also leave it and make the dress a little bit longer. Then we have here a really simple dress actually. Very nice. This one is made in a satin. I think it's just gorgeous. It's a really simple model, of course, but those white sleeves gathered with a band, it's just beautiful. Of course, you can change the neckline a little bit, make it as a V maybe. Also very easy to do, but I think as it is here, it's just beautiful. Then we get here in the shearing garments, and I can only say that I love shearing, but I think if I was to choose between these two, I think I'll always choose this one to make, just because it's going to be much faster. As you can see here, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 rows of shearing, because they have a row of shearing at every 5 centimeters. And that will be, of course, it will not take a lot of time. But here, in this one, there is a lot of shearing. It's a lot of work. Of course, it's going to make a really beautiful garment, but it's really a lot of work. Something that I will advise, I just made a while ago a dress with a sheared back, or a panel, sheared panel in the back, and I used some bobbins that I had already wound with elastic. But then a little bit through, almost to the end, I did have to make a new bobbin, and of course you need to do it by hand, not too tight, not too loose. But of course I used probably another tension when I made my bobbin. So in the end, the piece that or the part of the fabric that I sewn with the freshly wound bobbin with elastic got much, how should I say, wider than the rest, and that's definitely a problem, that I did not use the same tension in the elastic. And I think if you want to make a garment, especially like the one in the left side where there is a lot of shearing, just make a few bobbins in one time, and then you, of course, you know to use the same tension. And they also give here a tip, of course. The tighter you are going to wind your bobbin with elastic by hand, of course, the more the fabric is going to scrunch up. So that's something to remember. I think the dress on the right side is really beautiful. I hate the shoes that they used. Definitely, God, it's really not going with that dress. And a little bit more shearing here on the left. I think that top is looking really nice, very classic. I really love the color. As you can see, the last centimeters of this top, they did not do any shearing, and that's forming a little bit of a peplum. Then we get into the children's patterns. So we are almost at the end. We have a little jumpsuit here from Jersey, made in French terry. Looking very nice. Sizes 134 to 176. Not all the patterns are in the teenager sizes, only part of them. Then we have a pair of shorts, and these are actually really great. You can see here on the right also you get a top and a pant. I think they are really basic garments that they are really nice to have if you are sewing for children. Then we have here another sweater on the left, a little bit of a collar blocking and a zipper pocket, I think. And here on the right we have a pair of shorts and a crazy top with raglan sleeves. You can definitely leave that fringe away. For the smaller sizes, we have a pair of really, really pretty pants, shorts here, very nice, with some bows on the side and pleats and elastic at the back of the waist. Those ones are really cool. And then they use the same shorts to make these dungarees, very nice. Again, shorts with some nice seaming here on the side, and a pair of sport pants and a cabin shirt. Very, very nice. Oh, these patterns are really great, actually. And then, last but not least, a little bit of a preview of what we get next month. Some bathing suits you can see here, a cool dress, and this dress I'm going to make. I'm telling you already. I'm already shopping for fabric, and some other stuff. Of course, we'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. Let's go back now to the technical drawings and to make our choices. All right, I'm trying not to go too fast, I know it's annoying. There are a lot of patterns in this issue. if I was to choose my favorites from this month, take my pen. I think, of course, this one that I'm working on it now. The polo shirt definitely something that is nice to have. This one is really nice here. Really love that neckline. And on this one, you know, the one, let's see, this top here, I think that back is very, very nice. It's a great top for the summer, and this one also too. I'm definitely going to skip this skirt. And the top part of that dress is also nice. And of course, the sleeves of this one could definitely go on the dress here. Absolutely no problem. And if I was to go and look now at children's patterns, these ones are great. I think if you are sewing for children, I think this is a great addition for you, because you have here a jogging pant and then a hoodie, you have shorts, denim shorts, a sweater, everything is there. I think this is a great issue. So this is it. This was KnipMode for June 2024. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, you can find all these patterns also on their web shop. I'm going to put the links here. Of course, never forget, KnipMode patterns don't have seam allowances, so never forget, add those to your patterns. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give a like and comment below to let me know your opinions about the patterns. Bye everyone!